At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. Crypto, I tell you, it never gets boring. There's always something that comes up, even when you least expect it. You could turn the news on or go to some news sites, and you will always find something to make you laugh, pique your curiosity. Never sleeps. So looking at the bubbles today, obviously with all the Binance news, we can't be expecting much. More dipping with Pulsechain and PulseX, which is kind of expected. I thought this was going to happen last week, but we're a week late in the middle of the bear market. Honestly, not a big deal. So I wanted to talk today about the Binance situation and Coinbase. A lot of people are freaking out, thinking this is FTX 2.0. And guys, this is par for the course, right? And back in 2019, how many times did China ban Bitcoin? How many times did India ban crypto? How many times did the world ban crypto? I mean, it was every day we were hearing something about that. And honestly, this is nothing new. This is, I think, the end result of Operation Choke Point. Get rid of the on-ramps and get people to panic, limit their options. And then we saw yesterday that a lot people were paying 7% to withdraw money off Binance in Bitcoin because they were scared to do regular transactions. So this is par for the course. Par for the course, right? We're not going to get shaken out by this. It's nothing new once you've been around for a couple cycles. You know, I don't. So there was an article from 2019. SEC Chair Gary Gensler, who's in the midst of this crazy crackdown on crypto, offered to serve as an advisor to Binance's parent company in 2019, according to CZ's lawyers. Documents filed by the SEC on Wednesday indicate attorneys from Gibson Dunn, two of Binance's law firms, allege Gensler offered to serve as an advisor to the exchange in several conversations with Binance executives. He eventually met with CZ in Japan for lunch later that month, the filing claims. So Gary is all over the place, right? He's flipped on Algorand. He was super bullish on them, talking about how Uber could run on the brilliant invention by his great friend Silvio. And now he turns around and sues them, saying that they're selling an unregistered security. He applied for a job at Binance. Like, guys, you can't make this stuff up. You know, he went out and had lunch with CZ. And after not getting that job for whatever reason, is this a little chip on his shoulder? You know, people that like power, that like attention, if they don't get their way, they remember that stuff. It's like that chip on their shoulder never, ever goes away for good or for bad. So I don't know if this is coincidence or not, but I honestly don't think CZ has done much wrong. You know, I saw other tweet from SBF talking about how this was payback from 2019, how you won for now, but how he's going to have to get back at him. And so SBF has been snitching on Binance and CZ. He even told us that he was going to. He's obviously negotiating for a better deal so he can walk. He's a deep, straight soy milk drinker. SBF is a big poopy. 100%. They snubbed him now. Yeah, bro, it's so funny. It's hilarious what's going on. What's up, Hex Bull? Appreciate you stopping in here. Yes, Gary didn't get the job, and now 3 years later, He's dropping the hammer on CZ. Commingling of funds. It's all about compliance, keeping your customers' funds safe. Well, in the midst of the lawsuit, Brian Armstrong has stood up and said, we are not getting rid of staking. We've done nothing wrong. I'm an American, and I wanted to launch in America because I believe in this country. He had a great interview yesterday. And we're seeing, as a result of this, staking redemption surge following the SEC lawsuit for Ethereum, which, guys, this is bullish. I really like this. I don't want people keeping their ETH 2.0 on exchanges. I want them pulling it off and putting it into liquid staking, into Frac Shares, Lido, Rocket Pools, Anchor, whatever it is. Get the money off of exchanges. This is what we want. So getting people used to staking, self-custody, the FUD now around self-custody, around Ledger, around Atomic Wallet, around Decent. It's all of them now. And it's all to plant that seed that, holding your keys might not be safe, might not be efficient. I'll just cave and I'll go with the this new recovery system that's coming in the future. Well, they'll hold your keys for you on the blockchain. But I don't like that. I want decentralized recovery with what Hedera is doing. It's called DREC. And I can choose who I want to hold my keys. So if I want Mobius to have a portion of my seed phrase, I give him some. If I want, what's up, Chris or Trent, whoever, either one, both you guys are awesome. If I want to give one of you guys some of my seed phrase, I can choose who to give my seed phrase to, and it stays on the blockchain and no one can find it. So I think this is also to kind of plant the seed for the new services that are coming. And I think that's also going to be a key for mass adoption, is getting new people into the market. If people now haven't gotten in, I think it's mainly because your options are you put your money on an exchange, which could go down at any point and your money's gone, or you could put it on a device where if you lose your phrase or do anything wrong, it's all gone. So no matter what the outcomes are, you lose everything. And that's not good for mass adoption. That's not easy. It's not simple. So we need simpler things. And that is coming in the future. I think just planting the seeds right now, just getting the narrative out there to the general public that Ledger, TREZOR, all this stuff got hacked. So when the banks or someone come out with a service or a platform, they can convince people that it's safe. And I'm bullish on Coinbase. I don't think they're going anywhere. There's so much FUD. Their bonds are trading at 14% now because they think they're going to. Oh yeah, that was another thing. The SEC, it's just not fair. They're running at an unlimited budget funded by us, the taxpayer, and so the SEC unlimited budget and Coinbase has limited funding. They have to submit all their documents because they're a public company. They have to be transparent with everything. So the SEC can look and say, all right, this is how much cash they have. Ripple has already blown through $150 million at least. I think they said it was going to be $250 million in attorney fees that Ripple was going to pay for this lawsuit. So if Coinbase is in a 3-year lawsuit like Ripple, there goes a couple $100 million. And I don't think Coinbase can afford to burn through that much cash. Ripple has a lot more cash. So, oh man, I don't worry. And so I see Cathie Wood doubling down, and she keeps buying more Coinbase stock. She's buying the dip because she can see the bigger picture. She can see what's going on here, the nonsense, that's the games that are being played. And yeah, I don't think Coinbase is going anywhere at this point. They just opened up their derivative market outside the US, which is going to put pressure on the SEC and pressure on regulators to say, look, our biggest companies are opening up other stuff. They're leaving. It's crazy. Appreciate it, Hex Bull. I use Vibra Finance is my Twitter. I have a personal one, but I don't use it at all. The CEO one. It's just Vibra Finance on there. And Lindsay the Hexagon, she tweets a lot too. So between my account and hers, Vibra Finance and Lindsay the Hexagons is pretty much everything we got on there. What is it? Am I buying the eHEX dip? Technically, Yes, technically I'm buying it. So I'm not using fiat. So right now I'm using my incentive token. And I noticed too that I don't know if something changed or if we're getting our Pulse X back, but I know I'm earning way more incentive token because I was doing it every 2 days. I was harvesting it and I was getting like 0.8 to zero point 0.9 coins. And I harvested yesterday late afternoon. And now I'm already at almost a half a coin. So I'm earning a lot more fees, even though the APR is going down, which I think everything is good. And so, yeah, that's where I was going with this. I'm trading all my ink for eHEX. So I'm swapping all my incentive for eHEX on here while it's super cheap. I just can't not do it. So I am buying the dip, but through my incentive through the incentive token. At my last purchases yesterday, I just bought some small stuff. I added on to Flare. I bought like $50, $40 worth of Flare. Nothing much. I'm still using Atomic Wallet. I'm not freaked out about it. I don't think it's honestly a big deal. So I sent a couple $100 of Bitcoin in. I actually bought some more Smart Chain because I want to buy actually right now. Let's do this on stream. So Smart Chain altcoin gem on here called Altura. Small gaming coin. And I love it. And I'm bullish as hell on it. I'm doing Zen on Binance, but I don't know. The inflation was so bad with Zen on Binance that I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable buying it right now. So I'm going to wait. But I've been following it and Zen pumping like hell now. So of course, like B Zen is up like crazy in the last 24 hours. Whereas 54% B Zen. So of course, I literally swapped all my B Zen out a couple weeks ago for Altura. I got like $4 left on here. So I want to actually buy some more Altura right now. I'm super bullish on it. I want some exposure to some gaming coins. I think this next bull run gaming is going to pop off huge again, all these play to earn games. So I want some more exposure to it. So I'm going to be loading up on my Altura bag right now. I mean, not loading up, but I mean, I'm not a whale. I put a couple $100 in a couple times a week, do what I can, and just keep stacking, keep stacking. DBX is a play on ETH. We'll see a reversal soon. Well, it's funny you say that. I just burned a batch yesterday. I just burned 10 batches yesterday or 0.1 ETH. And I should have waited because it's significantly cheaper today. But yeah, bro, I love this. I love DXN. It's just a money printer. Like I'm in now for like 0.25 ETH and like 60 million Zen. And I've earned all the ETH. I'm in the whole like 0.02 ETH from yesterday's 0.1 burn. So I'll get that back in like 4 days. So I'm not doing anything else with Zen. I have a stake on Zen Protocol. I minted on Pulsechain. And then I have some Zen FTs on Matic. And I have not done one on ETH yet. I'm just printing on here. And then I don't know what I'm doing on ETH right now. I'm just I got only a couple alts on here. I got my Singularity Net and Fetch I'm still holding on to. These are moon bags. Vulcan Forge I'm really bullish on. Rally, it just dropped down like crazy. I don't know if I might add a little on because this is what I like to do. Now that Rally's down to my bags was $70. It was worth like 140 the other day or the other month. So I'll probably double it up. And then Kennel, I'm wrecked on that. I put in like a quarter of an ETH and it's down to $7. So this is how Kennel right here. If you're in the Degen plays, you have to be able to stomach. Fuck, I just lost $400 just like that. It went to pretty much zero. And it is what it is. I got some Zen on here and my Texan and Radix I'm bullish as hell on. And then NXRA, which used to be Alliance Block. They changed tickers. and that's all I'm holding on ETH. I pretty much consolidated everything else and just got out. And Chris, if you're over here, if it's not Trent, bro, you remember we were talking about Arbitrum, how I'm not that bullish on it. I'm out. I'm completely out on Arbitrum now. They went out of service for several hours due to a bug in the sequencer and a resulting transaction backlog that stressed the network. A fix was deployed and the network is now processing again, aka they have admin keys. So I don't know, bro. I'm about to pull the plug on Arbitrum. I mean, I don't really have anything in it. I mean, it's like I've pretty much sold everything, I think. Oh, let's see, what account? I don't even know which account my Arbitrum stuff is on. It's over here. Well, this stuff just keeps going. Holy shit, $61 Vela's worth now. Oh my god. And Magic, these were I bought like $200 at each of these. I bridged in like 0.4 ETH, and now I think it's worth like, I don't even know. So I got just a couple Degen plays on Arbitrum, and then on Optimism, I got a couple coins on here, Hop and Velo over here. But I'm just holding these at this point. They're down so much. They're going to zero, or I don't know. They'll come back. I just don't see anything. Phoenix, I think I'm down a lot of money on Phoenix, bro, to be honest with you. I did it on day one when it first came out, and I think I had 1 billion Zen on Polygon here that I did it with, and it looks like it's down a lot. I was just looking at my wallet, and like 25,000 coins is worth like 50 cents or something. And I swear this was like $100, $200 when I did it. But I mean, I only have like, I don't know how much it is. I got 150,000 Phoenix, I guess, staked, and it's a 700 day and a 420 day. So I don't know. I'm just letting this ride, Rod. I'm not really that bullish on Phoenix. I'm waiting for X1. I did my mint on Pulsechain. I don't know how I got C rank number 26, so that should pay decent. Figuring that'll give me like 20 million or so, and then I'll probably buy a little more on each chain. But I feel like every time I buy, or if you do buy and you don't sell, they dip. It pumps up hard, and then it just retraces. Like everything there's never been a coin that just goes up and and doesn't come back down. Never, ever, ever. What about Pepe on Pulse? Rumors the real Pepe Ethereum will back it. Well, you're the second person that said this now. Someone the other day said the same thing. And I'm bullish as hell on it. I bought my bag of Pepe way back, like when it first launched. And I bought like 4 trillion of them for 1 million PulseX way back at launch. And it dipped hard from there. But I'm bullish as hell on Pepe on here. I just think it's meme. Oh, there we go. That's probably why. It's meme season right now. And, just look at that chart on the 4 hour. I mean, look where we were up here. So what's the risk? So the downside risk right now is, what? I would say dipping. Yeah, I guess dipping 50%, dipping 50%, dipping. So there's actually a lot of downside risk on Pepe, but the upside risk is through the roof. If that happened, if they did this, oh my god! Like, could you imagine I look at it this way, right? The meme coins, they attract small people, right? They want someone who's got $100 wants to hit the lottery and make $1 million in crypto. They're not going and buying Ethereum. They're buying the meme coins. They're buying the Degen plays. So where is the best place to do that? On Ethereum, you can't do it. I'm sorry, but it's just not possible. If you have $100 and you come into Ethereum and right here, you have $300 even, and I want to swap and I want to buy some altcoin, Chainlink, you're going to pay $10 to swap. You're going to pay $10 to swap back if you're doing any sends. So you're right now, $13 to do a swap. So almost $30 in fees. So it's not possible. So I think that people are going to look elsewhere. I just like what I did here. how I went over to Binance to get Alluvium, Altura, because I'm not paying the ETH gas fees. I just bought, what was it, a half a Binance worth? So it was, I don't know what it was, $150. I'm not going to go do that in ETH and spend 10% on my gas fees. And if I had $50, I'm spending more like 70%. So I need somewhere else to go where I can trade these alts for a cheaper price. And I really thought that was going to be Arbitrum or Optimism, but it's not. There's no loyal communities over there. People will just flock and leave in a heartbeat. It's not like our community where there's diehards, there's loyal followers, and people that will stay here and defend it no matter what. That's not like that in these other communities. I just don't see it. Nobody's loyal over there. They will pack up and leave in a heartbeat. And especially with this nonsense happening where they shut down the blockchain. I mean, I don't know about how code or stuff works, but looking at, there was a bug in the sequencer responsible for taking user transactions, creating a batch, and posting it on chain. The software bug created network stress by the large backlog. A solution's already been deployed, but I want to see how they deployed this. It really makes me worried. And I think honestly, 95% of these coins, Polygon, all of them have admin keys. And it's just a matter of time before a lawsuit gets sued, just like in Europe with the Jump protocol and Oasis hack. That lawsuit right there set the precedent in all of Europe for any bridge hack, any bridge attack, for them to sue that blockchain and say, look, you already forced these guys to go search for admin keys and they magically found them. Well, I want this. This is going to happen over here now. So these companies, these blockchains, these projects, I think are going to have to fork and burn their keys, or they're going to have to just play ball and cuck and be able to roll back chains. And, there's no freedom. It's not DeFi at that point. So I think this is so bullish for HEX. I want to see Arbitrum fail. I want to see Optimism fail. I want to see this shit clog up because I'm a believer in Pulsechain. I really like it over here. The fees are super cheap. Yeah, it is a little bit confusing right off the rip, but it works, guys. I haven't had any problems with swapping. There's the app. It does glitch a little bit. It doesn't work with MetaMask 100%, but you know what? It is what it is. I'll suffer that because for me, my HEX stakes that I have, dude, one comes tomorrow. I don't even want to know what it's going to be to end that fee on, or to end that stake on Ethereum. My last one was $196 to end a $1,300 stake. It's not feasible. So Pulsechain just saving me on those fees. Anything else on top is a bonus, in my opinion. Richard just tweeted about both hexes. What's your input? My input on both hexes is nobody is going to be able to predict what they do. And they're going to both randomly pump, but they're going to drag each other up and down. The liquidity's bonded. So what I tell everybody is if you have the money to buy half on Ethereum and half on Pulsechain, or 75% on Pulse and 25 on Ethereum. You need exposure because I think they're going to move just like Pulse and Pulse X. They're going to pump at different times. So to have a bag of Pulse and Pulse X versus one or the other, so you're not chasing them back and forth, that's the move. The bonding in Hart's Law and Pulsechain is so unique. It's really, 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 I think, game changing. I'm concerned that with what happened with the HEX and HEX pools, where the APYs started getting too high, so people started nuking stakes, so it caused some problems. But I was worried once the APR came down with the Pulse and Pulse X pool, the yields aren't really going to be there. So the incentive token is going to start to fade, but the yields are still there and we're earning more. So with the fee, I think the fees not getting burned and given back to us an incentive, I think we're earning more now. So I think it's going to hold up. I think he's going to keep these yields around a couple 100%. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Why is it going out? I don't understand why it keeps refreshing and doing this. It drives me nuts. For Zen, I'll think they will increase the X1 allocation for blockchains with high supply, low end cap. Zen on Moonbeam. Yeah, bro, Xenon, everything is a play. But the problem is it's such a pain. I can't keep track of it all, bro. I really can't. Like with DXN, with DBZen, with Phoenix, with my Zen FTs, with my stakes on all the different chains. Oh, it's too much. Like I'm drawing the line, and like I just don't have time to do it all and to mess around with all the different chains. I definitely agree. Like I bought a bag on Avalanche of just Zen. I bought a bag on Evmos. I got it on Pulsechain, Binance, and Polygon. Like it's just an ETH. Like I don't have time to be. I don't know. I feel like Zen, the ecosystem, it's a full-time job being able to do all. Like I didn't even know Phoenix was on other chains. I thought it was only on Matic and was like launching on ETH. Like I'm so far behind on it that it is what it is. It's impossible to do everything in crypto. You got to just be happy with what you got and what you're doing. 666 subs. Let's go. Illuminati confirmed. Let's go. Put 2 mil PulseX into Pepe. Our boy Mobius. If you did it last night or when we were talking about it the other day, you're doing pretty good on it. This dude drops so much alpha. Hey, bro, I try. I really do try. Upgradable smart contracts will be the future to avoid the admin keys problems with L1s and L2s. Perfect. Because that's going to be a problem, I think, is what do you do if somebody gets sued and there's already a lawsuit that gives precedent for you to go look for admin keys? So yeah, the scaling or something like that, that is the future. I still see value in eHEX too, because at the end of the day, I can still generate a yield from it. Well, look at it like this. So Ethereum, I do crypto consulting for a living. I talk to people all day, every day about crypto. And I deal with people that are putting in a couple $100 to guys that put in millions of dollars at a time. And I can tell you for one thing, the big money goes to Ethereum because when you get to a certain point, you don't care about the transaction fees. You just want security and safety and knowing shit's going to work with no problems. And once you get to a certain level, a certain whale, they will pay to have the security of ETH. ETH is run and funded by VC America, by Consensus, by the Ethereum Foundation. You know, they own MetaMask. It's basically, yeah, VC America owns Ethereum now. And it's never going to fail. It's too big to fail at this point. So when I see people that I deal with refuse to use anything other than Ethereum because it's safe, it works, it's secure, it's never going anywhere. And don't sleep on that. You know, people FUD it out like crazy because they can't put themselves in other people's shoes and say, all right, if I had $1 million, where would I go? What would I do? And those people go to Ethereum because it works and it will always work. And so I'm never going to not use Ethereum. You know, with the ETH POW and ETH Fair, I called that right away. You know, within 2.5 weeks of ETH POW working, what I saw was only hexagons on there. I emergency and staked everything I could and pulled it all out and got like 8 ETH POWs. And if I waited and done it now, I think I'd have like 1.5. It's dead. There's nobody over there. And especially now with Pulsechain launched, who the hell is going to go over to ETH POW? I don't even have time to do this stuff on the bigger chains. I am never going to go over here. So there's no liquidity. They're pretty much dead. And if all the fees on Ethereum, the insanity it is, and we're still thriving, we're never going to go anywhere. ETH's never going to go anywhere. And yes, bro, Bitcoin has definitely bottomed in November last year. I think down 15K was the bottom. And yeah, Bitcoin could go to 30K. It could go to 20K in the next couple of weeks, but honestly, it doesn't matter. You know, in the Bitcoin halvings coming up, there's so many bullish catalysts for the market with Ripple, the lawsuit. The second Ripple settles, if that happens, super bullish for crypto. NASDAQ is releasing their crypto platform this month. So they're going digital. They're using the blockchain. Fidelity's putting Bitcoin into their IRAs. China just went live with retail. There's so many things that are bullish for crypto. Oh, that's what I was sorry, trying to find the chart for Bitcoin. That it's just short-term noise, but you have to think long-term with crypto, with this stuff. You got to think next cycle. This is the ultimate shakeout. If right now, another thing too that drives me nuts is we're in the worst state of inflation. Inflation is crushing everybody. Well, if inflation was that bad, how is lumber as cheap as it was in the 90s? How is the stock market not at all-time highs? How is everything not at all-time highs in US dollar terms? So we're not in a state of inflation. Certain items are inflating because we shut down the global supply chains for the sniffles and flu season. So that causes deflation, and there's less products to go around, so they're more scarce and they're more expensive. I don't see inflation at all. It's actually deflation. And to the Federal Reserve, how much more they can't raise anymore. So they're going to have to pivot within the next 3 to 6 months. So that's going to be the ultimate bottom, is a pivot. And with the halving less than a year away, Bitcoin might go down to 20K. It might go down to 25K over the next month. But the bottom of 15 is in my opinion. I don't think if Binance collapsed, I don't think it's nearly the black swan that FTX was. It could be, but people are braced for it. Like bad news now isn't tanking the price like it was 6 months ago, which to me feels like that's the bottom sign. And like also too, just the amount of people like my network who I reach out to, the people that were in and out of crypto in the last bull run and then are kind of like getting their feet wet again, it's a good gauge for me. And when those guys are still like, I don't want to touch it, don't talk to me. But when the prices start pumping and it's in the news, they come back. And I saw it in January a little bit. So I really do think the bottom is in. This is just the last shakeout. And also, too, the administration change. They're coming in hot being pro-crypto. And they're going to blame all this on the left. And Biden, they screwed it all up. We're going to be saviors. We're going to save the day. So, the NASDAQ platform, their crypto platform is going live this month. So if you just go to NASDAQ.com, they have their crypto index, the NCI, the NASDAQ crypto index. And I don't know if it's gonna follow ETFs or what, but it was supposed to launch June 1st. It hasn't launched yet. So the exchanges they're working with: Bitstamp, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, Itbit. Interesting that Binance isn't on here. So they might be really trying to get rid of Binance and really just prop up the American exchanges. That's why I use Kraken. I recommend it the most. I do use Gemini. Coinbase is the one I don't use. I have a Bitstamp account, but don't really put any money on there unless I have to. Housing market. I was in commercial real estate for 10 years. So I started in 2008, right in the last financial crisis. And the housing market is still phenomenal. I'm looking across the street right now. 2 houses are just sold. So we're not going to have a real estate market crash. What is being shilled so hard right now as like mainstream and awesome? When you're on Pandora, when you're on YouTube, just on TV, commercials for Airbnb, for Verbo, for all these rental homes, because Grayscale, the Fed, and real estate companies and investment trusts are buying up real estate at unprecedented rates. So the vacancy that we saw in the last crash is not going to be there because the Fed is buying the shit out of real estate. All these companies are buying up blocks of spec homes on demand. So the crash in real estate is going to be in commercial, in offices. All the office buildings that were 100% full 6 years ago, they're all 75% vacant now. And that is going to be what brings down all of the small and local sized banks, because the big banks, JP Morgan, Cities, Chases, they don't write loans for anything smaller than massive malls, stuff like that. So these office buildings that are a couple $1 million that have your insurance companies and your local tenants, those are the ones that are going to go under. Those are the loans that are going to be defaulted on in the next couple of years. That's going to be the next real estate crash, is in commercial. So residential is not an issue. Yeah, the market, it dips, it comes up and down, but the market was just on fire last year. And yeah, we cooled off, but that's how it is. It's with everything. When everything goes crazy, it's got to cool off. But I don't think there's going to be a crash. And cars, I don't think the car market's coming back because the sheer amount of just inventory that they're hiding everywhere. And when you have people losing their cars last year at the peak of when cars were expensive as hell, and then they sit for a year and depreciate 30, 40%. Now that same car they repoed for 20 grand is worth 14. It's just a bad situation. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's going to be a nightmare. And the next election, Trump's going to win, bro. Obviously. He's the 45th and the 47th president. 45th, 9, 47, 11th. 9, 1, 1. Trump wins. It's already set in stone in my mind. Could be wrong, but it'll Trump or DeSantis or these new right-wing darlings who are getting rid of CBDCs. Well, these assholes were shilling the jab 2 years ago. Tweets of DeSantis telling you to go get it. And now he's flipped the script. I mean, these guys are all sellouts. They're all cuckolds. I can't stand any of it. So I don't pay attention to it at all. Honestly, my gut tells me it's Trump, but I don't care. It doesn't affect me one bit. All that matters is your local town board, your local politicians, your local sheriff, stuff like that, stuff that influences you. So I don't even think voting for president matters at all. But yeah, this is buying opportunity, guys. You buy the dips right now. Solana, when this happened with FTX, I remember it when it went to $8. It was going to zero. I'll never forget Paul Barron watching Evan, the great Aldo on there saying that Solana's going to go down to $1. It's going to crash. It's going to go to zero. Yeah, okay, bro. Look what happened. I bought my bag at like $9.90 and went straight up. You made like 250%. Now it's still doubled up from there. So these dips are buying opportunities. Right here, the FTX collapse. Solana was going to zero. FTX manipulated it. It shut down 100 times. Everyone's leaving. Well, guess what? We're back and we're pumping. So use these as buying opportunities. Same thing with Pulsechain and PulseX. You know, when we're in another month or two, when we're below sack rate on Pulse and PulseX and people are calling Richard a scammer, why didn't I just wait? Why did I sacrifice? Rah, rah, rah. That's going to be the bottom. Not yet. People aren't mad enough. People aren't calling Pulsechain and Richard a scammer yet. So we need more. We need more damage, honestly. PulseX again. I thought this rollover was going to happen last week. I was wrong. I thought it was going to happen right here, and it pumped back up. But guys, we're going back down lower. Like there's not. We're going to. I thought to like 2,800, and we're at what 46 right now. I mean that's really where I think we're going to go. But I could be wrong. I want to be wrong to the bullish side, but no, I don't think PulseX is bottomed. You know, if I had $1,000 to buy PulseX, I would buy $250 worth every other Friday for the next 2 months. And then in 3 months from now, reevaluate. And I think we'll be bottom by then. Because no one can predict these short-term moves. But the market, you know, we need new money to come into the market. You know, right now it's just the same money slushing around, different ecosystems, different coins, this, that. We need a catalyst to bring new money in. And what that catalyst is going to be, I don't know. Is it going to be the Ripple lawsuit? Is it that? I don't know. But that's going to be when we really start to rock it. So I think we're going to kind of just trend sideways. Max Payne is just going up and down, chopping sideways for traders. So that's what I think is going to happen. You know, I really do think it's going to turn around. I think the Ripple lawsuit's going to settle in the next month, and that's going to be the catalyst to spring the market up for a nice little pump in summer. And then when the Fed pivots, it's going to get ugly again, and then that's going to be like the local bottom to that little correction. And then from there, I think it's going to be an potentially smooth sailing if winter into next spring. So should I use income to pay off my debt or buy HEX to use staking rewards to pay off the debt a year from now? Bro, honestly, I can't answer that. I don't know. My gut would say to get rid of all your debt right now, because the 30% interest on credit cards and shit, it's horrible. So I would just do half. I would pay half of it off and then put half into HEX on ETH, half into HEX on Pulsechain, half into PulseX, half into Pulsechain. Split it up into all four, because Hart's Law, the liquidity bonding, all the coins, they pump at different times and no one knows when they're going to pump. And yeah, it is what it is. So, all right, almost 0.1%, 130 billion PulseX burned. Awesome. Love it. Love the cheap fees. Want to check the altcoins real quick. See how we're doing over here. This is where I'm degening into the blue chips. Link back down to 4 cents. Uniswap 0.7 of a penny. So yeah, look, I knew I should have sold it yesterday. I knew I was looking at this candle saying, you know what, I gotta sell it, but it's such a small amount of money that I don't care. I'm just holding it for now. Wrap Bitcoin WBTC. I don't know. I feel like this coin, I don't know. I'm nervous about it. I feel like if I sell it, it's gonna go to $1,000, and if I hold it, the rug is gonna get pulled out and it's gonna go straight to zero. So this one's like it just messes with you when you're in these coins that you're completely unsure about. So that's why I'm sticking to PP, Pepe, Alluvium, always Texan. You can't ever get enough Texan. Look at that. Look how much we're down on Texan. Like, these are buying opportunities. Like, the downside risk to Texan right now versus where we were 2 weeks ago is astronomical. So do what you want with that. I just bought more Altura. I think that's one of the best gaming coins for this next cycle. Altura, Vulcan Forged, and Alluvium. Those are my 3 gaming coins. I really think Altura is going to shock a lot of people. It's like 2 cents right now, maybe. Small market cap, but they have a lot of stuff they're working on. Awesome partners, and they check all the boxes. So if you're looking for a gaming play, Altura on Binance, definitely one. And then on Pulsechain, I bought the where was it? Alluvium. It's 50 cents right now. I mean, it's tiny, 15 million liquidity. I mean, it's so small. There's such a small supply of these coins. Of Alluvium, I think there's 7 million Alluvium coins total. So I don't know. When I see an awesome blue chip gaming coin for 50 cents when it's $50 on ETH, I don't know. I feel like maybe it could get to a couple bucks. You never know. But I'd rather degen in this stuff than buy meme coins and just get the rug pulled out. So that's all I got for today, guys. Appreciate you stopping in. Hello, Samantha. Hope you're doing well too. Appreciate you stopping in. And yeah, let's go. Let's get a Texan pump. I'm waiting. Rags and Matt are such good guys. They deserve it. I filled out the text yesterday for the Texit thing. So I said yes to the text message, and I'm on the thing for Texit 2024. So I appreciate you guys stopping in. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, around 10:30-ish a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And will I use liquid loans? I don't know yet, honestly. Haven't thought about it. But I definitely think not selling or moving your crypto out of crypto, your profits, into like fiat or into other stuff, taking a loan out against it. I think that is an awesome play. And I will be looking into it in like another year once that's a priority. Do you consult? Yeah, bro. That's what I do, bro. One-on-one. Yes, 100%. Vibrafinance.com. You can book a hour on there, or like a 15-minute just like consult, just see what's going on with you. Put a plan together. But yeah, bro, that's what I do, one-on-one consulting. I think in the future, I'm going to start working with businesses. But right now, I like what I'm doing, helping people put a plan together. I've seen it all in the last 3 years in crypto. from when I started doing this. I've been in it since 2017, the very end when I got wrecked on Chainlink and the good old ethos. So yeah, bro, definitely hit me up, vibrafinance.com, and you can book a consult on there. Phone number's on there. You can just give me a shout anytime on there if you want, and we can go from there. Definitely look forward to it. Godfather J6, appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hexbull, hit me up anytime. Hit me up on Twitter. Shoot me a message. And yeah, definitely love to help you out any way I can. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.